Well, hello there. Welcome back to Readings at the Round Table for your monthly numerology. I'm Jennifer, and I'm very happy to be here. I'll be honest with you. This has been a really interesting month for me. I got a cold at the beginning of November. I haven't been able to do a lot of my live shows, and my voice is still a little bit sketchy, so you may see me like in between eating a lot of cough drops or hitting pause a lot because and having the video being a little disjointed because of my coughing. But I have gotten through a really bad cold that went to a sinus infection and then an ear infection, which I haven't had in forever. So I am very happy to be able to report to you for your monthly numerology in December. Oh yeah, here we go. I have a lot to tell you about December. Okay, so the last month of 2024 is really wrapping up this wonderful 8 year with a lot of like interesting stuff happening, and also helping push this year of manifesting that we've had, this year of intense manifesting energy, abundance, like whichever way we went with it. Remember how at the beginning of this year I said this can be a year of abundance, like you can manifest an abundance of really good things or abundance of really crappy things. So it's been an interesting year for this little Virgo, I'm just saying. But December is not going to shortchange us at all. We kick off December, the last month of this 8 year, with a new moon in Sagittarius. New moon in Sagittarius hits its peak on December 1st at 1:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know, it's good. And I have a little surprise for you when I get to the end of the month. So, well, I don't have a surprise. I'm just reporting it. You understand? On December 6th, we have Mars going retrograde in Leo. Now, Mars in Leo going retrograde. Mars goes retrograde every couple of years. And the last time it went retrograde, it was in Gemini for like 8 months, and that was just like a nightmare for me personally. I don't know. A lot of other people experience the same thing because Mars in Gemini, not its finest place, not a happy place. Mars in Leo, pretty okay. It is. However, Mars going retrograde in Leo is telling us to slow down, is telling us to stop, think, before we act, before we speak, before we start communicating with people. Like, really just stop and slow down, because Mars in Leo is more, it is internal, but it's more of more about recentering things, because this is putting, or we're starting to recognize some of the challenging aspects that are coming towards us when we're trying to reach our goals or we're trying to move forward in any way. One guy online said it was like moving through sludge. It is. It's slowing us down. Excuse me. Because we need that time to recenter, and we need that time to reflect, and we need that time to look around at the challenges that are coming towards us, keeping us or slowing us down from moving forward, because we may need to be in that place of reflection or recentering. And that's especially true for the fixed signs, because Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius are going to be feeling this at the first part of Mars going retrograde. Mars is again retrograde in Leo until January 6th, when Mars retrogrades back into Cancer, and now we're putting the cardinal signs in the hot seat: Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. And Mars will be retrograde until February 23rd. Now, when Mars goes retrograde into our like super sensitive Cancer, that's going to make it more of an internal reflection. So just some like fun happenings here in December. On December 7th, we have Venus moving into Aquarius, and we also have Neptune going direct. Venus in Aquarius is fun-filled. I mean, Aquarius is fun-filled. How many Aquarians do you know that are just like, they're the life of the party? I gotta tell you, there's a couple of Aquarians, and you know who you are, that when you guys call me and say, hey, I need an appointment, I will drop everything to run to your phone call and be like, what you got? What you got? I love it. On the 15th, we got some good news because Mercury is going direct in Sagittarius. What? And it's coming at the perfect time because we also have a full moon in Sagittarius on the same day, on the 15th. And for some reason, I don't have it written down as to what time that is, which seems a little odd to me. So let me just go back to my calendar that I put down here. Full moon 4:02 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is when it hits its peak. Yeah. Thank you, Llewellyn. Am I right? On the 21st, we have the sun moving into Capricorn at 4:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. On the 24th, we have Christmas Eve for those of you that celebrate. On the 25th, we have, again, Christmas Day for those of you that celebrate. But also, Hanukkah begins on the same day. Happy Hanukkah. On the 26th, we have Kwanzaa beginning. And on the 30th, here's that little bonus, that little special treat for all of us. We have our second new moon of the month. New moon in Capricorn that hits its peak at 5:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I did double check that time. It is 5:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time according to my Llewellyn's calendar. This is, of course, our second new moon. So this is a black moon, to use the vernacular. This is typically more intense energy. So we have a lot of our pagan friends, like a lot of our Wiccan friends, that they use this energy in rituals and spells or intentions because it's definitely more intense and it intensifies all of those practices. This is definitely a very powerful time, and I love that we're wrapping up an 8-year in this powerful energy. I love it. So just get your intentions, set your intentions for the 2025, the 9-year that's coming. I think this is lining us up perfectly. I love it. So we are wrapping up December. We're wrapping up 2024 with 3 planets and South Node in air, 2 planets in fire plus North Node, 2 planets in water, and 2 planets in earth. We also have 3 planets that are retrograde: Uranus, Jupiter, and Mars. So I really do feel like this is an excellent time. It's very balanced energy. We don't have just like everything in fire or everything in earth. It's really, really balanced energy, and I dig it. I really do. So I want to get out the crystal of the month. You know I didn't forget. So let's see what that is. The crystal of the month is rhodonite, not rhodochrosite, which I mean, those names get mixed up a lot, but it is rhodonite. So I want you guys to see this. It's so lovely. I have lots of different specimens of this. It is primarily pink with a lot of black in it. However, there are some that have more pink than black. I mean, this is a good example. It came from the same batch, so, you know, this I can't, you know, I knew that was going to happen. This is more pink on one side, a little bit gray, and then I have some of these that I love these, but they want to roll around. These two are fine examples that, again, I just wanted to give you guys some really great examples of rhodonite before I read from the books. So one book is, there it is, rhodonite. It has healing properties of intoning practices to escalate sound and amplify your connection. It is also excellent. It is an excellent heartstone that helps shed old patterns and pain, which I really, when I looked at the definition itself, it's the exact same. But I like that because, when we have the new moon, and especially with 2 new moons in 1 month, when we have that new moon energy, if you are doing work with the new moon and the full moon, if you're following that rhythm, we release, when we hit that pinnacle of the new moon, we release all the things that we've been steadily releasing from the full moon to the new moon. And we just have one massive, just like push it all out so that we can clear the space to manifest from the new moon to the full moon. I mean, the day after the new moon is when I technically start manifesting. But it's a good time to release this old energy. And I think that is fantastic because we need to do that in order to make way for the new stuff coming in, the new things that we're bringing in. Which, again, this book, I love this book too. An emotional balancer that nurtures love and encourages the brotherhood of humanity. Oh, we need that. It stimulates and heals the heart. It grounds energy, balances yin and yang, and aids in achieving one's highest potential. This stone has strong resonance with forgiveness and assists in reconciliation after long-term pain and abuse, and is beneficial in emotional self-destruction and codependency. I like this. In past life healing, it deals with betrayal and abandonment, clearing away emotional wounds and scars from the past, whenever that might be. I like that because it could be anytime, right? It could be from past life or just last week. Whenever that might be, and bringing up painful emotions for transmutation. It promotes unselfish self-love and forgiveness. It helps in taking back projections that blame a partner for what is really inside oneself. It is a useful first aid stone. Rhodonite heals emotional shock and panic, supporting the soul during the process. It turns back insults, prevents retaliation. It recognizes that revenge is self-destructive and assists in remaining calm in dangerous or upsetting situations. Rhodonite. These are fantastic books, by the way. The Encyclopedia of Crystals by Judy Hall, and of course, Crystal Therapy by and Judith Lukombowski. I think I'm saying that right. Lukomsky, yes, Crystal Therapy. And I think you can still purchase that book even though that one name isn't on there anymore. So, just going to put that right back up there so that we can look at this all month on any of my videos. I know, I like to do that. Well, I like to do that now that I've started this. Okay, I will also be reading from 2 different cards as per usual. Moonology Oracle cards by Yasmin Boland and the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards by Doreen, we're not saying her name. But those are the cards that I'll be pulling from for this month. I am truly, truly excited that we all have come this far in 2024. It's been a really interesting year for me personally. I would love to know how it's been for you. And I also want to get to these numbers and see what your personal numerology is for the last month of this 8-year. Hello, Life Path 4. Oh my gosh, this is us. Because you know, I'm a 22-4 as well. You know, just in case I haven't told you that, like in the other million times that I've talked about this subject. But let me tell you, December for us is such a great vibe. It's a 6 month. Not a 33-6, it's not happening, but a 6 month. And I'm excited because November for us has been a 5 month. It's been a month of changes. I don't know about you, but I'm ready. I'm ready for November to be done with all the changes. And I'm ready to move into the 6th month. Okay. So the mantra of the 6 is I am compassionate and generous, inspiring mutual love and respect and truth. That's so perfect. It really is. So the feeling, the energy of the 6 is all family. Wow. We're on the precipice of holiday season across several different religions here. So no matter what your religious belief is, we're in it, right? I mean, we've got Christmas, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa all happening right together. So we're right in that whole family time, even if it's your chosen family. So I love this because it is all about the family, community, friends. It's all about that energy, and it's wonderful. So this is bringing in the values that you have for again, your friend group, your family, your community. This is where you really are looking to be a counselor. You're wanting to heal things that are happening, around you with maybe family members or friends. And I think that's so perfect for us. It's so perfect for the 4 life path. So this is definitely a time of speaking your truth, because that 6 energy is always about speaking your truth, but it's also about being respectful. It's also about teaching mutual love and respect for others, for just all of mankind. I think it is great. This is about harmony. This is a time of harmony, which is more about balance and less about everybody happy all the time. Harmony is more about balance. So we have the good with the bad, but it's bringing in that balance energy there. This is a time of focusing on a lot of different partnerships, and it's definitely a time to be generous, not just with other people, but with ourselves as well. Yes, because again, this is all about the love. It's all about the love of the home, the love of children, the love of family, the love of friends. So keep that in mind. With that whole speaking your truth thing, really need to be aware of what's going on with Mercury and Mars this month. Yeah, December, we're in it with Mercury and Mars. So just FYI. All right, so the lesson of the 6 is to be patient and accepting while speaking your truth without judgment or a desire for a specific outcome. So we're not into the manipulating thing. It's not a good look for us in December. The shadow sides of the 6 is learning to be alone without feeling lonely. I don't think 4s in particular have a problem with that. I mean, 22-4, we're okay with being alone a good bit of time. It depends on what kind of social butterfly thing you're bringing in with your sun, moon, or rising sign. But really, we can do with some downtime. Yeah. This is also a time that we don't want to accept extra responsibility or responsibility for things that are not ours. We don't need to accept responsibility for other people's decisions and choices. Be patient with other people as they are learning, as they're trying to figure out how they want to move on their path. So it's okay. It really is okay. Don't be overly sensitive during this time. As I said, be generous and compassionate with others, but also yourself. Very important. Very important during December, because Mars retrograde is going to throw us all a little out of whack. Yeah. I really feel like the cats have done something to my layout here. It's kind of driving me crazy, but I'm going to figure that out in just a minute. All right, so I want to remind you of your mantra, Life Path 4. I am a builder, confident and steadfast, seeking order and accomplishment. Absolutely. You're a very practical builder. You want to help build and strengthen relationships. You like to structure businesses, friendships, family. And this is a time, your whole life path is about hard work and building, organizing, removing clutter. This is all like what you want to do. You're a very solid life path number. You know how to manifest, you know how to build, you know how to stay grounded. This is bringing a little bit of the artistic nature in and a lot of love. Yeah. The lesson of the 4 is to take one step after another with patience and open-mindedness, because some of your shadow sides is overwork can cause stress, which can make us close our minds a bit. Closing our minds to new and different ideas does not help us out. It causes our imagination to shrivel, shrink, become non-existent, which causes us to be a little too serious, which again feeds into that whole overwork causing stress nonsense. Let's don't be impatient. Let's be patient with ourselves and others, and let's give ourselves as much grace as we give to others this month. I am looking forward to December. Aren't you? Oh, okay. Throwing cards around already. So let's see what we get here with the cards. Feeling good. Ooh, okay. I know I'm going to mispronounce this, but I think it's Ishal. Medicine woman. You are a channel for divine healing power. Wow. She looks like an Aztec goddess. Maybe she is. I've never actually looked up that name, but it sounds appropriate. Yeah, Goddess Guidance Oracle deck. Yeah, I think I'm on target. Do you? I mean, really, a little goofy here. I think it's all the cough drops. Like, the cough drops are actually changing, the color of my teeth, and, on my tongue, I feel like it's just permanently, super pink. Ooh, fixed moon, hold your vision. Okay. All right, let's get the glasses on, see what we got here. Fixed moon. Here we go. Okay. Fixed moon, hold your vision. There are 2 main possibilities with this card. The first is that you need to stand firm in whatever situation you're in. The second, very different interpretation, is that something is stuck. Wow, okay. That could well be referring to the situation you're asking about. If that's the case, have a think about what you can do to create grease or to grease the wheels so that the events move forward. Are you being stubborn? If so, that's great, because if you really want things to change, there's only one solution: stop digging your heels in. Be the one to break a deadlock. With 2 interpretations for this card, it's up to you to decide what's going on and which meaning applies to you. This offers up a chance for some self-reflection. Attune to the moon. Yes. Just say the word a lot and see how it feels. I think that fits in with the practical nature of the 4, where it's time to build, manifest, but it's also a good idea to keep your heart and your mind open. It's not easy, is it? It really isn't. But some people make it look really easy, don't they, Life Path 4? I mean, not me, because I'm a Life Path 4, but you know what I'm saying. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for sticking around and staying with me all year. This is really, it's been a year of ups and downs, but I've learned a lot, and I think this is going to be an even better 2025. So I look forward to seeing you then. And until we do see each other in 2025, get out there and make your magic. Bye.